Coca-Cola. The very name conjures images of refreshing, ice-cold beverages enjoyed around the world. But before it became a global icon, Coca-Cola started as a humble experiment in a backyard in Atlanta, Georgia. In 1886, a pharmacist named John Pemberton concocted a syrup that, when mixed with carbonated water, created a unique and invigorating drink. Pemberton's creation, initially marketed as a health tonic, quickly gained popularity. People loved the sweet caramel-flavored drink, and by the turn of the century, Coca-Cola was becoming a household name. Its distinctive logo, with its flowing script, was becoming increasingly recognizable. Coca-Cola's early dominance was due to a combination of factors, including its unique taste, aggressive marketing, and strategic distribution. The company's early marketing efforts focused on creating an image of Coca-Cola as a refreshing and uplifting drink. Catchy slogans and colorful advertisements appeared in newspapers and on billboards, further cementing Coca-Cola's place in popular culture. As its popularity grew, Coca-Cola expanded its distribution network, making the drink available in every corner of the United States. By the early 1900s, Coca-Cola was well on its way to becoming the beverage giant we know today, seemingly unstoppable in its climb to the top of the beverage industry. As Coca-Cola enjoyed its reign as the undisputed king of cola, it seemed like no other beverage could challenge its supremacy. The brand had become synonymous with the very idea of a refreshing drink, and its iconic logo was recognized worldwide. However, a new contender was about to emerge from the heart of North Carolina, a place not typically associated with groundbreaking innovations in the beverage industry. In 1898, a pharmacist named Caleb Bradham introduced his own version of a cola drink, which he initially named Brad's Drink. Bradham, who ran a small pharmacy, was inspired by the success of Coca-Cola and wanted to create a beverage that was not only delicious, but also beneficial to health. Bradham's concoction, like Pemberton's Coca-Cola, was a mix of carbonated water, sugar, and a blend of flavors, including cola nut extract, from which the drink derives its name. He believed that by adding pepsin, a digestive enzyme, his drink would stand out in the crowded market. While Bradham's drink initially shared a similar taste profile with Coca-Cola, he was convinced that his unique formula offered something more. He believed that his recipe provided a smoother, more refreshing taste that would appeal to a broader audience. Bradham also posited that his drink, unlike its predecessor, aided in digestion due to the presence of pepsin in the formula. This health benefit was a significant selling point, especially at a time when people were becoming more health conscious. He marketed his drink as a health tonic, which he believed would attract customers looking for both refreshment and a digestive aid. This dual appeal was a clever strategy to carve out a niche in the competitive beverage market. In 1903, recognizing the growing popularity of his creation, Bradham officially changed the name of his drink to Pepsi Cola, cleverly incorporating the name of a digestive enzyme, pepsin, into the brand. This rebranding was a pivotal moment, signaling Bradham's ambition to compete on a larger scale. However, Pepsi Cola's early years were marked by financial struggles. Despite Bradham's innovative marketing and the drink's unique selling points, the company faced numerous challenges. Coca-Cola, with its significant head start and aggressive marketing, had already captured a large share of the market. Its established distribution network and brand loyalty made it difficult for new entrants like Pepsi to gain a foothold. Pepsi, despite its purported health benefits and a flavor that some argued was superior to Coca-Cola's, struggled to compete with the established giant. The market was tough, and consumers were hesitant to switch from a brand they had grown to trust. The company faced several setbacks, including bankruptcy in 1923, which cast a shadow of doubt over its future. This financial turmoil was a significant blow, and many wondered if Pepsi would ever recover. Little did anyone know that a global crisis would soon present Pepsi with an unexpected opportunity to challenge Coca-Cola's dominance. The Great Depression, which devastated economies worldwide, would become a turning point for the struggling company, setting the stage for a dramatic comeback. The 1930s brought about the Great Depression, a period of economic hardship that gripped the United States. This era was marked by widespread unemployment, poverty, and a general sense of despair. Businesses shuttered their doors, families struggled to make ends meet, and the American dream seemed like a distant memory for many. As consumers tightened their belts, many industries struggled to stay afloat. The economic downturn affected nearly every sector, from manufacturing to retail, and the beverage industry was no exception. The beverage industry was no exception, as people cut back on discretionary spending. Soda fountains and beverage shops saw a significant drop in customers, and many smaller companies were forced to close their doors. However, it was during these challenging times that Pepsi-Cola would make a strategic move that would forever alter the course of the Cola Wars. Recognizing the need to adapt to the changing economic landscape, Pepsi's leadership decided to take a bold step. While Coca-Cola maintained its premium pricing strategy, Pepsi saw an opportunity to appeal to cash-strapped consumers. Coca-Cola's decision to keep its prices high left a gap in the market that Pepsi was eager to fill. In a bold move, Pepsi slashed the price of its 12-ounce bottle to just 5 cents, half the price of Coca-Cola. This decision was not without risk, but it was a calculated gamble that paid off. This pricing strategy proved to be a stroke of genius. By offering twice as much soda for the same price as a 6-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola, Pepsi positioned itself as the more economical choice. At a time when every penny counted, Pepsi's nickel-a-bottle offer resonated with consumers. People who were struggling to make ends meet found solace in the affordable refreshment that Pepsi provided. People flocked to the refreshing and affordable alternative to Coca-Cola. Pepsi's sales began to soar, and the company quickly gained a loyal customer base. Pepsi's jingle during this era, "Pepsi Cola hits the spot, 12 full ounces, that's a lot," became an iconic part of the brand's identity. "Twice as much for a nickel, too," the jingle continued, cleverly highlighting the value proposition of the brand. This catchy tune was played on radios across the nation, embedding itself in the minds of consumers. "Pepsi Cola is the drink for you," the jingle concluded, reinforcing the message that Pepsi was the smart choice for budget-conscious Americans. The jingle became a nationwide sensation, further boosting Pepsi's popularity. It was a masterstroke of marketing that helped Pepsi cement its place in the American beverage market. The Great Depression, a time of hardship for many, proved to be a turning point for Pepsi Cola. The company's ability to adapt and innovate during such a challenging period set it apart from its competitors. The company's strategic pricing move not only helped it weather the economic storm but also propelled it into the national spotlight, establishing it as a serious contender to Coca-Cola's throne. Pepsi's rise during the Great Depression is a testament to the power of strategic thinking and the importance of understanding consumer needs. The post-World War II era witnessed a surge in consumerism and a burgeoning advertising industry. As America emerged from the shadows of war, the economy boomed, and a newfound sense of prosperity swept across the nation. This period saw the rise of the American middle class, who now had disposable income to spend on a variety of consumer goods. Advertisers seized this opportunity, crafting messages that appealed to the desires and aspirations of this growing demographic. Both Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola recognized the power of advertising in shaping public perception and driving sales. They understood that in order to capture the loyalty of consumers, they needed to create compelling narratives around their products. This realization led to some of the most iconic advertising campaigns of the era, as each brand sought to outdo the other in creativity and appeal. The 1950s marked the beginning of the Cola Wars in earnest, as the two beverage giants engaged in fierce advertising battles, each vying for the hearts and minds of American consumers. These battles were not just about selling soda, they were about defining cultural identities and aligning themselves with the values and lifestyles of their target audiences. Coca-Cola, with its established brand identity, continued to promote itself as the quintessential American beverage, a symbol of tradition and nostalgia. The brand's marketing strategy was deeply rooted in the idea of Americana, evoking a sense of comfort and familiarity that resonated with consumers who longed for stability and continuity in a rapidly changing world. Its advertising campaigns often featured idyllic images of families and friends enjoying Coca-Cola together, reinforcing its image as a drink that brought people together. These scenes of togetherness and joy were designed to create an emotional connection with the audience, making Coca-Cola not just a beverage but a part of cherished moments and memories. Pepsi, on the other hand, adopted a different approach. Recognizing the shifting dynamics of the post-war era, Pepsi aimed to position itself as a forward-thinking brand that embraced change and innovation. Targeting a younger, hipper demographic, Pepsi positioned itself as the drink of choice for the new generation. This strategy was a bold move, as it sought to differentiate Pepsi from its more traditional competitor by appealing to the youth's desire for individuality and modernity. Pepsi's advertising campaigns showcased images of youthful exuberance and a carefree spirit. These advertisements often featured energetic young people engaging in fun and adventurous activities, creating a vibrant and dynamic image for the brand. The company's iconic red, white, and blue color scheme, adopted in 1950, further distinguished it from Coca-Cola's classic red. This bold visual identity was designed to evoke a sense of patriotism and modernity, aligning Pepsi with the optimistic spirit of the times. Pepsi's marketing efforts resonated with the baby boomer generation, who were coming of age in a time of prosperity and optimism. This generation, characterized by their youthful energy and forward-looking mindset, found a brand that spoke to their aspirations and lifestyle in Pepsi. The Cola Wars were in full swing, with each brand carving out its own distinct identity in the cultural landscape. These advertising battles not only defined the brands themselves, but also reflected the broader social and cultural shifts of the 1950s, making them a fascinating chapter in the history of American consumerism.